We never had a baby. The nursery, painted a soft, hopeful yellow, had been empty for years. We just never got around to changing it. Crib, the rocking chair, the box of untouched toys, they were monuments to a future that never arrived. We'd long since made our peace with it, or so I thought. While the sudden crackle of static from the old baby monitor on the nightstand was so jarring. It was just past midnight. Rain lashed against the windows, a rhythmic drumming that usually lulled me to sleep. But this sound, this electronic hiss, cut right through it. I nudged my husband Leo. "Did you hear that?" He grumbled, rolling over. Then it came again, a sharp burst of static, followed by a faint, almost inaudible sound. It was coming from the nursery. The monitor screen flickered to life, bathing our dark room in a sickly green glow. The image was grainy, showing the empty crib from a low angle, just as we'd left it years ago. Leo was awake now, sitting bolt upright. What the hell? I thought that thing was broken. We stared at the screen, our hearts pounding in sync with the storm outside. The room was still. The mobile of smiling cartoon animals hung motionless above the mattress. Nothing was there. "Must be interference," Leo whispered, but his voice was tight with a fear I recognized because it was my own. Picking up a neighbor's signal or something. He sounded like he was trying to convince himself more than me. We watched for what felt like an eternity, the silence in the house growing heavier, more oppressive than the storm. Just as I was about to dismiss it as a fluke, a glitch in an old piece of junk, a voice came through the speaker. It wasn't a baby crying. It wasn't static. It was a whisper. A dry, rasping whisper that seemed to crawl right into my ear. It said, "He's standing now." A cold dread, sharper and more absolute than anything I'd ever felt, seized me. Leo and I looked at each other, our faces pale in the monitor's glow. "Who's standing?" I stammered, my voice barely a whisper. The screen remained unchanged. The crib was empty. The room was still, but the whisper had been so clear, so close. It felt like it was in the room with us. Leo grabbed the baseball bat he kept by his side of the bed. "Stay here," he commanded, his jaw set. "I'm going to check." I wanted to scream for him not to go, to just unplug the damn thing and hide under the covers until morning. But I couldn't speak. I was frozen, my eyes glued to the green screen. As Leo's footsteps receded down the hall, the static on the monitor crackled again. The image flickered violently. Then I saw it. A shadow, a subtle shift in the darkness within the crib. It wasn't there a second ago. It was long and thin, slowly, impossibly, rising. It unfolded itself from the mattress like a broken doll, a spindly, dark shape against the pale yellow wall. It didn't look like a baby. It was too tall, too gaunt. Its limbs were all wrong, bending at angles they shouldn't. Just as the figure pulled itself to its full, unnatural height, a new voice came through the monitor. It wasn't the dry whisper from before. It was Leo's voice, but it was strained, choked with terror. He wasn't yelling from the hallway. He was whispering through the monitor from inside the nursery. "Honey," he choked out, his voice trembling, looking at me. A blood-curdling scream erupted from down the hall. Leo's scream, what cut short by a sickening, wet crunch. On the screen, the shadowy figure in the crib slowly turned its head, the movement jerky and unnatural. It turned until it was looking directly into the monitor's camera, looking directly at me. Hand to the speaker. The original dry whisper returned, colder and clearer than before. "Now he's crawling." The nursery door, visible in the corner of the screen, began to creak open, and I knew with chilling certainty that it was coming for me next.